Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging right into the heart of Tamil Nadu politics. Think back to August 21st, 2025. Madurai, a colossal 500-acre venue out near Thalapathy, and it was just packed. Reports say nearly 4 lakh supporters, all there for Thalapathy Vijay, Thalapathy as everyone knows him. He gave this really fiery speech. It definitely sent ripples across the state. So our mission today is to really unpack this moment, understand his vision, and see how he's aiming to shake things up in Tamil Nadu.
It really was quite the spectacle, wasn't it? The TVK's second state conference. And those visuals, huge cutouts of Vijay, but right alongside Madurai and MGR.
Yeah, the Dravidian legends, that's a statement in itself.
Exactly. It's not subtle. He's signaling, I belong in this lineage. He wants to carve out that kind of legacy. And the crowd, the sheer energy was intense, even though there were those tragic incidents during the setup. A supporter was electrocuted, sadly.
Right, I heard about that. Terrible.
It was, but it didn't seem to dampen that magnetic pull he has. The fervor was still palpable.
And this transition he's making, from the silver screen to the political stage, it doesn't feel sudden, does it? It seems like something he's been building towards for a long time.
Oh, absolutely. It's calculated. He spent years, decades really, cultivating this deep bond with fans. Not just through movies, but all the welfare activities, blood drives, educational help through his fan clubs.
So that was the groundwork.
That was absolutely the groundwork. It laid the foundation for launching TVK, his party, back in February 2024. It's leveraging an existing, very personal connection, which might be, what differentiates him.
Okay, so let's get into the speech itself. The lion's battle cry, as some called it.
Yeah.
What was the core message?
He used this powerful analogy, comparing himself to a lion that hunts living prey, not for fun, but for purpose.
Okay.
And then the big declaration, the 2026 state elections, it's going to be TVK versus the ruling DMK, head-to-head.
Directly challenging Chief Minister M.K. Stalin.
Directly. He accused the DMK pretty openly of running a fascist regime riddled with corruption. And crucially, he ruled out alliances. No deals with anyone else, including the BJP.
Wow. So burn the bridges, basically. A straight fight.
That seems to be the message. High risk, maybe high reward, if he can capture that anti-incumbency feeling.
And he didn't just attack, right? He highlighted specific issues people care about. What stood out?
Definitely. He promised to retrieve Kazhagam Island. That's a long-standing issue for Tamil fishermen.
Ah, yes, the clashes with the Sri Lankan Navy. That hits home for many.
Exactly. And then NEET, the National Medical Entrance Exam. He slammed it, pointing to the tragic suicides over 20 aspirants. He demanded education be moved back to the state list. That's a deeply emotional, very political issue there.
Hugely sensitive, yeah.
He also touched on women's safety, mentioning things like the Kalakriti Hooch tragedy. And ideologically, it's interesting. TVK seems to be positioning itself left of center.
Right.
They talk about blending Ambedkarism, Perrierism, and Marxism.
So social justice, rationalism, economic equality, a broad appeal.
That seems to be the aim. The conference passed 17 resolutions reflecting that. Things like demanding a caste survey, opposing the WACF amendment bill.
So looking at the political map, you've got the DMK, the AIADMK, the traditional big players. Where does TVK fit? We've seen actors try this before, like Vijay Kant. What's TVK's actual strategy beyond Vijay's star power?
Good question. They seem very focused on building from the ground up. Grassroots mobilization is key. They're aiming for something like 70,000 agents across all the constituencies.
70,000, that's ambitious.
It is. And they've launched this app, the MLI TVK app, that launched back in July 2025. The idea is to connect directly with families, bypass traditional media maybe, gather data, turn fans into voters.
A digital push. Makes sense.
But, the challenges are huge. The DMK has a strong alliance in place. And the state's economy has been doing relatively well, which usually helps the incumbents. But there are openings. Those corruption allegations persist. Law and order concerns. And NEET. That's a real vulnerability for the DMK. TVK seems poised to exploit those.
So when the dust settled after that day in Madurai, the big question hanging over Tamil Nadu is, well, can charisma alone really do it? Can it disrupt decades of DMK and AIADMK dominance? Vijay's roar was definitely heard, loud and clear, but converting that fan energy into disciplined, organized political strength for 2026, that's the real test, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's the difference between a movement and a governing force.
It really makes you wonder, beyond the speeches and the stardom, what does it actually take to cause a fundamental shift in politics like this?